Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. Today I wanted to do a review and swatch of another Staedtler product that I found. They are called the Marsgraphic Duo, and I suspect they are going to be similar in color to the 326s or these are the 326s. It is a 20 pack and I love these pens. And I also have the Staedtler dual-ended pens, and I have shown these previously on the channel also. Now, the dual-ended on these it's a nice fine line tip. It's not the super fine, you know, like we see on the fine liners, the 0.04 or 0.4. What is it? But the broad end is almost like kind of similar to the Crayola super tips, but not quite. They're a little bit different. But yeah, that's the tip, the broad end of these dual tip markers. And I believe they're called what, 320s? If I'm not mistaken. Huh, that one has that on and this one doesn't. Let me see if another one has that on. No, just that one. Well, that's strange. Okay, anyhow, I will leave links to both of those down below. I did get them on Amazon, as well as I will link these down below. But what I thought we would do is swatch these out and see. I am assuming that the colors in here are not new colors, that they are either going to correspond with some of the 326s, because this is only a 20 pack and this is a 36. But now the dual-ended ones that I do have, this is a 72 pack. So I'm thinking that these colors are going to be in the 72 pack. But what's different about these, and if you're like me, you love brush tips. I know I do, and that's what is so nice about these pens. They're called Marsgraphic Duo, like I said. The one end has this awesome brush nib. It's a little bit finer than some other brush nibs you see, but it comes to a nice point. And then the other end is a little bit finer than the tip, the fine tip on the other dual tips. Let me get that one out again so we can do a comparison. Well, maybe not. Maybe it is the same. Yes, they are. So the fine ends are the same as in the other dual-ended markers, which are the silver barrel. And now the Marsgraphic Duo with the brush tip has a black, well, a real dark, I shouldn't say black, it's a real dark gray barrel. All right, so now let me see, did I put that on the right one? Yes, okay. The caps are very similar. Okay, so yeah, I thought we would swatch these out. I will again put numbers on each one, because as all of Staedtler products and many of our budget-friendly products, there are no numbers or names on the barrels. So I'm just going to swatch them out in the order that they are in the package, and we shall see how these brush tips work. I have not tried these out yet. And I see I misspelt this. Forgot the D. Oh well, I just thought I'd say it because I know somebody else is going to see it. Okay, so this is the a yellow. There's a few yellows in there. Okay, the brush tip is quite soft. It's not super firm. But then the fine tip is very firm, as we kind of expect from fine tips. Let me get the other yellows out, just to, instead of just going in order. Now there is a plastic sleeve in between the two layers so that it keeps the two layers separate. So let's try this yellow. Whoops, that's the fine tip. Okay, this is a lighter one. Now the tip on this looks green. You see that? But it's not. It's a yellow. It's a finer, a lighter, I should say, yellow. Okay, then we have a little bit darker. Why do I keep doing that? A little bit darker of a yellow. So there are 3 nice yellows in this 36 set. Okay, let's get out the oranges. I see a couple of corals that could maybe be used for skin tones. I'll get out some of the reds too. All right, so maybe we'll go through these first. Orange. It's a little bit of a lighter orange. And a little bit of a darker orange. Now these are water-based. They say that they are watercolor brush markers. So, I didn't even notice that on the packaging. Watercolor brush markers. So, I am assuming, yes, watercolor effect. I didn't even notice that. Interesting. Here we have kind of a peach. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, then we have kind of a reddish orange. Now, I do not do lettering at all, but with the brush tip, let's see if you can. Yeah, a little. I mean, it's flexible to the point where you'd be able to do some calligraphy with them. Again, probably much better than me because I cannot do calligraphy. Here's a regular red. Oh, I like that. Nice bold red. Okay, there are a few pinks in here. And let me get the purples out right away too. Okay. So 2 pinks, which is nice. So many times we have a ton of pinks, right? Or sometimes a ton of yellows. So far I like the color selection in here. Nice kind of carnation pink. Then we have a little bit more of a purpley pink, it looks like. Not really. But it does correspond to the cap, so I do like that. So far they've been actually corresponding to the caps pretty well. All right, then we have kind of a lavender type color. Oh, that's pretty. And a couple more purples here. Ooh, love that color. And another one. Okay, that's the pinkish purple one. These are very nice and juicy. So far, I am really liking them. Oh, my favorite color, purple. Love that shade. Okay, so those are the purples. So this one would be the deepest purple in the set. Let's go on to the blues, and it looks like there's a lot of blues and quite a few greens and browns. So from what I am seeing, the selection in here is awesome. Not too many of one color and enough of the others. Very nice pale sky blue. I could see using these markers for color by number. All right, here we have another one. Ooh, pretty. I want to make sure I'm going to have enough room on the page. That's why I was counting. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Like a teal kind of a blue. Oh, love that. Okay, then we have, looks like kind of a royal type of a blue. Oh, yeah. And again, they are corresponding to the pen caps pretty good. This one might be a little bit darker than this, but they're pretty good. Much better than some other budget-friendly water-based markers I've seen. Okay, here it kind of looks like a more bluer. Okay, this one does not closely represent. Has to make a liar out of me. Most of them so far up to this point did. This one is a little bit off. And it is a little bit darker in person than it is on the screen here. But just kind of gives you an idea of the colors. Oh my. This one does not represent the cap, because that is a gorgeous purple. And I thought it was a blue. Okay, so we have another purple. This one looks like a dark blue. Yep, kind of like a navy blue. All right, so let's get into the greens. I do like the selection of blues. And now instead of 3 purples, there are 4 purples. Now, I'm not real sure if this one is going to be kind of an olivey green or if it's going to be with the browns. I think it's going to kind of be like an ochre, but we shall see. Yep. Okay. So we shall go on with the greens then. Okay, kind of a deep spring green, almost have an olive twist to it. There's your spring green. Okay, this one looks more aqua-ish. Okay, this one I would put with the blues. which I probably should have, but the cap looks a little bit more green, but it is close. So yeah, that should go with the blues. Few more greens. That's pretty. Again, kind of has a hint of teal to it. This one looks like just a regular green, yep. And then a dark green. Oh, pretty forest green. And let's get on to the browns, grays, and black. So I shall get all the rest of these out. Now I am hoping to get, or I probably have, a pencil or marker case where I can put all of my Staedtler products together in one. The 72 set of the dual tips, the 326s, and now these Marsgraphic. So I can have, yeah, all the Staedtlers together. Okay, here we have looks like a tan. Ooh. This is a darker brown. So this, again, is not represented by the cap. Okay, let's try this one and see how close it is. This one's better. This one's closer. So there are a few that are quite off, but again, that's why we like to swatch out our products and why I put numbers, labels on mine so I can make swatch charts. Okay, that one's close to the cover. This one looks kind of like a reddish brown, and no, it's a dark chocolate brown. Again, a little bit off, not too bad. The cap on this one to me more closely represents the previous color. One more brown, and this looks like a really dark brown, and it's not even as dark as the previous one. So again, this cover looks like it would correspond to that. Matter of fact, there's nothing stopping you from switching the covers, so I may swap some of these covers around. Okay, then we have a few grays. This is a lighter gray. Nice cool gray. And a darker gray. It almost looks like a green gray, doesn't it? And last but not least, we have the black. I always like to see if it's a nice dark black, and it is, I would say it's a pretty good black, especially, you know, if you go over it a few times, but we don't like to pill our paper. I guess not the deepest of blacks, you know, in markers that I've seen. Now the fine tip, yeah, looks better, but not bad. Not bad. Okay, so let's zoom back out and let's look at the color selection in these Staedtler Marsgraphic. I do love, for a 36 set, it has a very nice variety of colors. I do like that. We have a few nice yellows, you know, bright one and then a little bit deeper. Nice selection of oranges. We do have the couple of corals, couple of reds, nice, you know, selection of pinks. There's a couple of pinks in here. I guess one thing I would have liked in here. Again, it is only a 36 set, so you know, you can't expect everything, but a paler pink would have been nice. I do love the purples. Nice selection of blues, and the greens and browns. Quite a few earth tones for a smaller set of markers. Then we do have the 2 grays and the black, of course. So overall, like I said, I really do like this selection of colors. Let's look at the other dual tipped markers, and let's see if, for instance, this bright, my lightest yellow, oh, that's my neon, forget that one. Let's see if the colors are similar. This would be my next lightest yellow, and that looks like this one, right? Yeah. So actually in this 72 set, it doesn't look like it has this yellow. So that does kind of look like a new color for Staedtler, which is nice to know. That's good. Let's see what this color is. Okay, and that's kind of deeper than that, but not that deep. So yeah, they are different. I'm assuming some of them are going to be similar though. Let's see what this represents. Now it looks like this. No, it's not. So that's different also. I'm not guessing very well, am I? Okay, let's take the regular red and let's see about that one. Now that looks the same. Okay, I found one. And let's take what looks like the red orange, and yes, that is the same. So some of them are the same, but some of them are definitely different. Let's take the one that looks like it's lavender. No, that's different too. Okay. While I wouldn't have minded, you know, getting some that are the same, I guess knowing that there are new colors is nice too. This might be it. Yes, that's it. Okay. All right. So yeah, I think, well, in looking at the yellows, there are some new colors in the 36 set. I'm not sure, again, how many. Well, we'll just use this. Nope, this is different. Okay, so I'm not going to go through all of them. I was just kind of curious to see. Nope, that's different too. If, you know, they were repeating, in case anybody had these other, you know, either one of these other sets. Looks like some of the colors are the same, but yet not all of them seem to match up. Now, if we look at the 326s, let's look at this orange and see if that is like this one. Yes. Okay. Let's look at the red, and it resembles the one that has a little bit of orange to it. Let's see what pink is in here. Nope, a little bit different. This has more of a purple tint to it. So maybe it's this one. No, this is the deep red, which isn't in the other set. So I think with having a combination of all of these, you're going to have various colors. Now that looks the same. So I think by having all the sets, yeah, there are going to be additional colors here. That's interesting. So again, I'm going to be putting numbers on these also. I do like the brush tips. I think the brush tips are awesome. You're going to be able to get into the fine little crevices, you know, if you are, especially like I said, doing color by number. We know some of those areas you have to get into very tiny areas, but yet if you use the side of the brush, you know, it's going to be easier to color. Now again, they're water based, so you do get some streaking, but that's par for the course with water based. I don't have watercolor paper here nor a water brush, so I really can't test out the watercolor effectiveness. This is marker paper. Let me see, I do have a water brush up here, I believe. So I guess we could test out, even though this is not watercolor paper. Let me see if I have water in here. Yeah, let's just, you know, I guess test it out and just see if the ink, yeah, see, and on marker paper I didn't really expect it to move much. I mean, it moves some on here, so I would think on marker paper, you know, it would more, or I'm sorry, on watercolor paper it would. So I am gonna look into that. I don't see that it says, you know, watercolor on the 326s, and I don't remember it saying that on the other dual tip that I have. But yeah, these are supposed to be watercolor. So all right, well, I thank you for joining me on this review and swatching of these Staedtler Marsgraphic Duo pens. There were, in the past, they were called Staedtler Marsgraphic 3000s, and I believe those have been discontinued and have been replaced with just the Marsgraphic Duo pens. You can find the 3000s out there, probably like on eBay. But they're more expensive now, you know, probably because they have been discontinued. There is a video out there that compared the 3000s to these, and they are almost identical. The brush tip is a little bit different. So if you're really curious as to the difference between the two sets, you know, just search for Marsgraphic and you're probably going to find it. So yeah, just thought I'd mention that too. So I hope you liked this review and swatching, and if you did, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new to my channel. I hope everybody is having a great weekend, and as always, happy coloring. Bye guys.